You will also see some instruction here in from our home page. You can go to course syllabus, and under week 1 you'll see here instructions on how to install or download Revit. So you can click on downloading Revit and read through the instruction on how to download Revit into your laptop. Now, once you have done that and installed successfully Revit, you can now go to our exercise. You can click on exercise 1 and download the CAD file that you're going to be using for exercise 1, which you can find over here. So don't download that to your drive, and we can open that particular file right here. So you can see the site that we're going to be using for exercise number 1, which we're going to be importing into Revit. Before importing a file into Revit, like a CAD file here, it's always nice to investigate first, since this normally comes or will come from a surveyor or another team mate of yours that drew up this particular site plan. It's always nice to check first, let's say, the distances and the units being used. So I type the distance command, and I can see here that this particular file uses meters. Okay, so if I type the units command, UN is the shortcut, I can see that it uses decimal, meters for insertion scale, and for angles it uses the surveyor's unit. Okay, so having investigated that, you can now go to uh, Revit, and you can create a new drawing here. Now, to look into the different workspace and startup screen information about Revit, and different information about Beam and Autodesk Revit, you can click on this link. You can read about the file types, the different terminologies being used, workflow. Okay. So we'll just go ahead and jump into Revit by creating a new Revit file. Normally, it will ask you to use a template or ask what template you're going to be using. So select architectural template, and you're creating a new project. Again, you're not creating a new template, which you can do from this particular tab. So click OK. And to insert your AutoCAD drawing, you simply need to be on the right level. So if you read through the workspace for Revit, you can see that you actually have already here for the architectural template different levels. Levels work like your floor plan. So level 1 could be your first floor plan. Level 2 can be your second floor plan. And you have your site level here. So to insert a site plan coming from AutoCAD, you'd like to go to the site level or site view. And you know you're in the site view if you see this, where you actually have your project base point. And there are actually two nodes here, a project base point and a, let's zoom in a little, see if I can click that. Project base point, and doesn't show me the like user coordinate system. Okay, so that's okay. I can now insert my CAD file by going to the Insert tab, and you have two options here. You can either link it, that will be similar to an xref command in AutoCAD, or you can embed it by clicking on Import CAD. So we'll use Import CAD for this, and go to your file, and you want to view your imported CAD file only in the current view. That's why it's important to go to the side view. If you have not gone to the side view, cancel this and make sure you are in the side view. You want to see the CAD file only in this side view. You don't want to see it in the first floor plan or second floor plan. Okay. And when you are importing, you can preserve the color, current color, or you can make it import and change to a black and white color. So I like that. You can select the layers. You can specify layers that you want to import. So we'll just say all to that. Import units, you can say auto detect, or you can say specifically the units that is being used. So we do know by way of investigation that the unit being used in AutoCAD is meter. So we can select that. Normally, Revit is quite good in detecting the units being used, but unfortunately, the default unit in AutoCAD is millimeter. So if you do auto detect, sometimes it will actually show you dimensions in millimeter. And remember, we when we did the measurement, we were able to detect that this was in meter. So let's see what happens if we auto detect. uh, Connect lines that are slightly off axis. You don't want to do that, otherwise uh, Revit will straighten those lines, okay, vertically or horizontally. So we'll just uncheck that and we'll click on open. Let's see what happens, especially with these import units. Okay, so that gets imported. So this is 60. The current unit in Revit, I'll type UN, that's the shortcut for units, is in millimeters. Okay, so we'll click OK to that. You can change the units here by clicking and changing the units here, okay, and the rounding off. So very similar to the units command in AutoCAD. So we'll cancel that. And you can also change the units for area, volume, angle, slope, cadency, since we can also do estimation, okay, mass density, time, and speed. So those are the units that you can change. If we go here and check the distance, so I can go here up and check, measure the distance between two references. So I can click that and check this dimension. It actually tells me that this is about 59 or 60 millimeters. Okay, so that actually went in well. So auto detect work in this instance. Okay, so it's always nice to check before you start drawing whether you were successful in importing your CAD file.